There is no way you take this program and still end up the same way that you were before you took the program. It's either you're getting a very cheap tuition compared to what you have gotten, or you're getting scholarship, or you're getting study loan, depending on what the case is. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Okay, so I know it's been a long time since I came to do live, but I decided to come live today despite all my busy activities. Oh, how are you doing? So I know even though I've not really done live in it a bit of a while right now, we'll be responding to questions inside like inbox. How are you? Are you one of those that message us inbox? Are you okay, so what is it that I would like us to discuss today? Today I just want to talk to you about being bullied. All right, and you're going to be wondering, like, bullied by who? That's why we're here, right? So a lot of students have started doing their applications to study abroad, especially people who are working towards January 2023 and September 2023. Now some of them, they've started getting admissions as well. One thing I noticed is that yes, these days some schools tend to bully you. How? They tend to bully you because it's like you have applied to different schools, and some of those schools are going to give you scholarship and some are not going to give you scholarship. So now you see one school that is not used to giving people scholarship, they'll quickly reply you, in 2 days you've gotten the admission, in 2 weeks you've gotten the admission, or in 2 months you've gotten the admission. And then they will insist that you have to pay the school fees immediately. Most times they'll give students like 30 days to pay the school fees deposits, which is usually non-refundable. And within that period, if you don't pay, you lose the admission. So they sort of put the student under pressure because, well, you've also applied to some schools that are likely to give you scholarship. This one gave you admission but just wanted to commit. And the truth is that once you pay that money, even if you don't go to the school, it's non-refundable. So students, it becomes tricky for anyone who is relocating abroad. And here today, I want to let you know that if you're one of those persons going through this issue, or you meet this problem or this challenge in front, stand your ground. You can always ask the school for more time and they'll give it to you. Believe me, they'll give it to you. So don't let anybody push you around. All right, don't let anybody push you around. Don't see yourself panicking. Oh, if I don't take this admission now, this, that. It is the same you that got the admission. It is still the same you that can get another admission. All right, but if you hurry to just pay any deposits, just keep it in mind that you may be losing the money you are going to pay. So when a school is bullying you and putting you under undue pressure, first thing you want to do is what? Take some back step. Like, take some back step and be like, is this really the best school that I'm going to be going to this year? The answer may be yes. In that case, you proceed. Or the answer may be no. And in that case, you will just wait, right? But also, apart from saying this, I know that you're watching, especially if you're watching this live, you may have 1 or 2 questions that you would like me to answer for you. Yay! So if that is the case, shoot. I'll request to join my live session, okay? Let's see. I have some questions from someone said, what's the total sum to school in UK? There's no total sum. Different schools have different school fees. Different schools will give you different amount of scholarship, right? So it depends on the school. And even different programs in the same school are often different school fees, different scholarship amount. Even in the same department, two people can apply to the same department. One will get scholarship, one will not get. So there is no anybody giving you any specific figure. It's just giving you something to calm your mind, right? But that has nothing to do with reality. When you come to reality, I always say $0 to $50,000. What does that mean? You can end up spending nothing. You can end up spending so much more. What determines what you spend is the amount of knowledge you have. Therefore, if you know that you are the kind of person you are looking for full scholarship, or looking for study loan, or looking for cheap program, at least reasonably priced program, please do well to get trained by Vantage Migration. That's why we always ask people to start by attending our free webinar at www.vantagemigration.ca. All right, so that's one thing you can do. You know that there is no way you take this program and still end up the same way that you were before you took the program. It's either you're getting a very cheap tuition compared to what you have gotten, or you're getting scholarship, or you're getting study loan, depending on what the case is. Even sometimes partial scholarship, even when it's not full scholarships. These are all possibilities. And believe you me, that partial scholarship, for example, can be the difference between you taking that admission and you not taking it. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to relocate abroad and you have money to pay, and suddenly a school is telling you, come and study, let's say US, come and study $50,000. Are you going to go? No. But let's assume the school also gave you a partial scholarship, $35,000. Maybe $15,000 is left. Will you be able to go? Maybe that can work for you. Okay, put it further. What if you can take a study loan to cover that $15,000 after they've already given you scholarship, partial scholarship? You see, now you no longer have problem. So knowledge is power, and if there is no any other place that thing works, it is in study abroad process. All right, it is in study abroad process, because knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you'll be able to navigate anything that comes your way. I'm telling you, the more you know, the more you are going to be able to navigate anything that comes your way. Above all, never get bullied. Never get bullied by a school or by a professor or something. If they do, please stand your ground. But let me tell you something. How can you stand your ground if you don't even know? If you don't even know how things work? If a school even tell you pay today, you will think that's what is obtainable, right? Maybe now that you're seeing this video, you know better. So please make sure, do not get bullied by a school. Spread your options. Do not get bullied, okay? And if a school is telling you pay today, take few steps back and think if you are really willing to pay that non-refundable fee. That is for people that are paying. Me, I never had to pay any refundable fee or non-refundable fee to any school ever. Why? I was studying on full scholarship, so I'm just saying that because I noticed that some people that were doing school application where they want to pay for themselves are facing that challenge. That's why I decided to come and address the topic. Let's see if there are other questions that people are asking. Okay, so Sammy P said, how can you apply for study loan? Okay, I just want to let you know that Advantage Migration Training, we also teach you how to apply for study loan, depending on the country you are going to, because it may be a little different. So one thing you can do is what? Attend our free webinar at www.vantagemigration.ca. Then decide if what we do is actually for you, or you have to look for another company to work with. It's totally your choice. But attend the free webinar, at least that one that is free. So for the link, this is the link to the free webinar. Go to www.vantagemigration.ca. You can take a screenshot, please, in a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exactly. So let's look at other questions. Another question here is someone said, please, I want to start January 2023. What time can I start applying for schools? You always want to give 6 months to 12 months ahead of time. Meaning, from the time this person is asking me this question, if you notice, that means that what? They are running very late. Shey, see, you are supposed to give 6 months to 12 months for your study abroad processing time. If you ever have to use something less, you use 3 months, you use 4 months, I want you to know that that is the exception and not the rule. Right? That is the exception and not the rule. You want to plan for 6 months to 12 months. So somebody that's asking this, you, from my response, you will know already that they are in soup and may have to push their dream forward. Some people someone came to me and said, Ma, please, can I start also time? Like, let's just say the person was asking me if they could start. The time they were asking me was like 3 months to the time they want to relocate abroad. Can I start also time? And I said, okay, when exactly do you want to relocate abroad? The time they called was 3 months from the time they're telling me if they could start. I first of all laughed, like, girl, what's wrong with you? Don't you know you're supposed to start 6 months to 12 months ahead of time? At least. I started 18 months ahead of time. Planning. 18 months to 2 years ahead of time. That was when I started my study abroad process. Planning is important. Some people will be wondering, especially people that even want scholarship, they also want to start 2 months before. In fact, a week before the time they're supposed to relocate. I'm like, are you serious? Are you really serious? Some people, they want the glory that you have, but they don't want to go through the process that you went through. Always looking for the best. How do I put it now? There are shortcuts in life that are okay, right? Maybe instead of you wasting time for 10 years, you find somebody to teach you, right? That's a good shortcut. But some people, the kind of shortcut they want is magic. Boom, they'll just land wherever they are going to. So I started my study abroad process 8 months to 2 years ahead of when I wanted to travel. And I got full scholarship. But you now, you want to start a week before you relocate, but you also want full scholarship. Some people, they will even tell them that, you can get admission in 2 weeks. You can get admission in 2 weeks. How many of those persons getting you admission in 2 weeks have ever gotten you full scholarship before? Or even a reasonable partial scholarship, like 50% partial scholarship, 75% partial scholarship, tuition-free education. Like, how many of the persons telling you they can get admission for you in 2 weeks can ever boast of doing that? You have to advise yourself, my sister and my brother. Advise yourself. All right? Advise yourself. It's important. Let's look at the next question. So this person said, please, can I use my 3 years BSc in public health to apply for masters in Canada? I'm a Nigerian. I would advise you to apply to US or UK with your 3 years BSc, because Canada is sensitive to things like that, from low grade to short programs to stuff. So I wouldn't ask you to make Canada your first choice. Omini, I wouldn't ask you to make Canada your first choice. Consider UK, consider US. UK number 1, US, and you'll still be able to get your masters. Maybe after your masters, especially something like UK, you'll be able to do 1 year masters. With that, even if you want to go to Kafanchan, Australia, Canada, you can go, So keep that in mind. Let's look at other questions that people have. Someone said, I have a family in Jamaica and I want them to join me. How do I go about it? You didn't tell me your location, so I won't be able to answer this question. I hope that next time when you're asking questions, you give me the full information to make it easier for me to assist. Thank you. Let's look at the next question. One moment. Someone is asking me, someone said, do you help with Australia? Yes, we work with people going to all high income countries. All you have to do is start from our free webinar. at www.vantagemigration.ca. All right. Yes, including Australia. Let's look at the next one. Says someone said, I've only completed high school. Do I stand to take the undergraduate course, and in which country? Oh, we handle university graduates only. To work with Vantage Migration, you have to have at least HND, that's Higher National Diploma, or bachelor's, or maybe you have master's. That's totally fine as well. So we work with graduates going for postgraduate studies. We work with graduates going for postgraduate studies. Keep that in mind. Let's see more questions. Someone said that she's doing her 3rd year. All right. She's doing her 3rd year if she can apply. If you're doing your 3rd year, I suggest you complete your program first. All right. That's what I would suggest. That way you are not, it's not that when they see your application, you are disadvantaged. Except you just want to try your hands on it. That's okay. Then another person was asking that they're currently in UK. How can they relocate to Canada? The same way you went to UK through study abroad, you can actually come to Canada through study abroad. Or you can use your master's to apply for PR, which is PR is permanent residency. So you can use your master's to apply for permanent residency. I think I was trying to remember express entry. So you can do express entry. So those are the two, at least 2 big methods that you can use. All right. Someone said, let me see if I can pin the comments. Said, I have HND in accounting. How can I do a postgraduate studies? I'm in Nigeria. You just have to apply. You can start from our free webinar. And having HND, you can go for master's direct in some countries, and you can go for PGD as well in abroad. So when I say PGD, some people would think that you have to do PGD in your home country. No, you can do PGD abroad, but also you can apply for master's direct with HND. You know, right? You know, right? So let's see. Let's see. Yeah, questions. All right. Anyway, I just wanted to come in to say hello. And now let me show you something else. In case you're wondering, let's say you have more questions you want to ask us, but keep in mind that we expect you to attend our free webinar. All right. Let me start with that. So to work with us, attend our free webinar at www.vantagemigration.ca. I'll show it to you. You can take a screenshot. Attend our free webinar at www.vantagemigration.ca. Now, if you decide that let's say you have questions, or you forgot this link, you didn't take a screenshot as I told you, right? Or you have attended the webinar but you have more questions, that's okay. All you just have to do is to chat us on Instagram, all right? Chat us at Dr. Linda Iheme, all right? And we are going to be able to know what the question is, and we will direct you on what to do next, all right? You can take a screenshot of this too at Dr. Linda Iheme on Instagram, which is DrLindaIheme, all right? So you can chat us directly on Instagram. All right, make sure you take good care of yourself until I see you again. Thank you. Bye. And if you learned something from this video, feel free to drop a comment for me. I'll be happy to read them, okay?